Hi guys, hope you're all well. Coming to you from the lovely Shelley Beach on the Central Coast this morning. I wanted to talk to you today about turning risk into security. So risk at the moment, what is it, and how does it affect us as property investors? Look, if we look at the property markets or the perceived risk in the property markets, and also the risk of lending, it's all doom and gloom, isn't it? So we find that our loans are getting harder to be approved. We're finding that they're putting a principal and interest loans on us instead of interest only, which is tightening lending and servicing altogether, which probably need to happen, absolutely. So that's stopping people from taking action. In the property market, prices have inflated in the last 3 or 4 years, especially Sydney and Melbourne. And they're saying, well, it's not the right time to buy, etc. So we know that there's hundreds of property markets around the country, and the Sydney and Melbourne markets are only and 2 of those markets that we can have the option of investing in, right? Australian government at the moment, a lot of risk has surrounded that. Uncertainty of leadership, and is negative gearing going to come in or isn't it, and how will that affect us if it does, etc. There was a 60-minute segment there about a month ago that talked about a 40% drop in house prices and the whole world's going to end, etc, etc. So is that going to happen? No, I don't believe so. Do we need a correction? Absolutely. Probably 5 to 10% off the top end of the market in the Sydney and Melbourne spaces is probably about right. So that may occur over the next year or 2. So I suppose what I'm talking about there is all of these risks that are out of our control to a certain degree. So I wanted to talk to you about turning that into security, and so what can we do in our own lives to make sure that we've got security going forward but still take action, because I know there are a lot of people out there that I speak to that want to live their passion and live their dream, but they're held back by this fear-mongering within the media and different people that they talk to at barbecues and read the newspaper, etc, etc. So what things are in our control that we can impact? Number one, and I speak about it all the time, is cash flow management. So we need to know what we're spending in our life, and we need to keep a track of what's coming in and what's going out, and planning our savings on a weekly, monthly, annual basis, right? That's a non-negotiable, and I'll keep talking about it into the future, because I think it's just so important, and it's an easy one to take control of. Consumer spending. Can we reduce that to a certain degree and not impact our life at all? Absolutely we can, right? There's areas that we can tighten in, and absolutely we won't even notice that that we didn't spend it, so to speak, right? Our loans, can we fix those loans for a 2 or 3 year period if we need to? Yes, we can. That will shore up some of our certainty around interest costs in the short term, while that period we're saving money to cater for the next 5 to 10 years of our life. Does that make sense? Goals and dreams. We can set the goals and visions that we want for us and our family. That's in our control, right? If we don't have those goals and dreams ahead of us, we've got nothing to look forward to. We've got nothing to aspire to, and we're going to keep spinning around on the hamster wheel, continuing to do what we've already done, right? Add value. Now, what I mean by add value is not doing a cosmetic reno. It means adding value at work. Can we increase our income in our lives, right, in some way, shape or form? Does that mean getting a higher paying job? Does that mean adding more value at work so we get a pay rise from the boss? All those sort of things are little things that add up to the bigger picture in the current climate, right? So I suppose what I'm saying is, did the Australian economy need this? Absolutely, because the market was inflated. Did consumer lending need to be restricted? Absolutely. APRA needed to come in and do something, and that's going to be the case for the short term. But focusing on what's in our control, not what's out of it, is really important, and that needs to be done, right? I saw a couple of surfers rolling out there just before, right? They could be thinking, yeah, I get bitten by a shark, but they're not. They're going out living their dream, having a nice old surf this morning, and there's always a risk to everything that we do. We need to put that in perspective to go forward and live our life. So in finishing, it's all about mindset. It's all about controlling the controllables and knowing that we can focus on what's in our control and what's not out of our control, or what's out of our control, right? So having that mindset to live our passion and live our dream is what I really wanted to talk to you about today. So turning risk into security means that we can take action, but we've got to have the knowledge and education to get ourselves into that position where we take action. All right. Guys, I hope you found that helpful. Enjoy your day.